The blueberry has been lying to you. For decades, we've been told it's the ultimate superfood berry, but there's a native North American fruit that has been quietly growing in the wild with 4 times the antioxidant power, surviving conditions that would destroy a blueberry bush and asking for nothing in return. This berry was used by Native Americans for centuries. European settlers knew about it. Your great-grandparents probably grew it. Then, somewhere along the way, it vanished from our gardens, while the blueberry took over the market. Why? Because you can't sell someone a plant they can grow effortlessly in their own backyard. Today, we're pulling this forgotten powerhouse out of the vault. This is chokeberry, and it's time you knew the truth. Welcome to Golden Vault Gardens, where we restore what history tried to bury. If you want to discover more forgotten plants that outperform what's sold in stores, hit that subscribe button right now. We're just getting started.
Chokeberry, or Aronia melanocarpa, is a deciduous shrub native to eastern North America. It typically grows between 3 and 8 feet tall and wide, making it a practical size for most gardens. Now, let's address the name. Chokeberry earned this title because raw berries are extremely astringent. They will pucker your mouth immediately. But here's what matters. Once you process them into juice, preserves, or baked goods, that astringency disappears and you're left with a rich, deep flavor and extraordinary nutrition. There are 2 types you need to know about: black chokeberry, which is our focus today, and red chokeberry, which is less common and nutritionally inferior. Black chokeberry is the variety with the highest documented antioxidant levels of almost any fruit on Earth. This plant isn't some recent discovery or hybrid creation. It's been here the entire time. Indigenous peoples across the eastern woodlands used chokeberries for food and medicine. They understood its value long before anyone measured ORAC scores or antioxidant levels. When European colonists arrived, they documented chokeberries extensively. Settlers incorporated them into their homestead gardens, but as commercial agriculture expanded and marketing took over, easy-to-sell fruits like blueberries dominated, and chokeberry faded into obscurity. Until now. Let's talk about numbers, because this is where chokeberries separate themselves from everything else. When we measure antioxidant content, we use ORAC values. That stands for oxygen radical absorbance capacity. The higher the number, the more antioxidants present. Blueberries spore around 4,669 ORAC units per 100 grams. That's respectable. That's why they became famous. Chokeberries score over 16,000 ORAC units per 100 grams. That's more than 3 times higher. Among common fruits, chokeberries have one of the highest antioxidant levels ever measured. But the nutrition doesn't stop at antioxidants. Chokeberries contain high levels of vitamin C, vitamin K, manganese, and fiber. They're also loaded with anthocyanins, the dark purple compounds that give them their color and provide powerful anti-inflammatory properties. Research suggests these berries may support cardiovascular health, help regulate blood sugar levels, reduce inflammation, and strengthen immune function. For anyone managing chronic health conditions, particularly common in older adults, these benefits matter. I'm not saying chokeberries are medicine. I'm saying they're nutritionally superior to what's been marketed to us for years. And they grow easier. If you're realizing how much the garden industry has hidden from you, smash that like button. Let's expose more of these secrets together. Beyond nutrition, chokeberries have practical advantages that make them ideal for anyone who wants results without endless labor. Extreme cold tolerance. Chokeberries are hardy in USDA zones 3 through 8. They can survive temperatures down to -40 degrees Fahrenheit. Whether you're gardening in northern Minnesota or southern Missouri, these plants will survive your winters without protection. Soil adaptability. Blueberries demand acidic soil with a pH between 4.5 and 5.5. Most gardeners don't have that naturally and spend years amending soil. Chokeberries grow in a wide pH range. They tolerate clay, sand, and even periodically wet areas where blueberries would drown. They prefer slightly acidic soil, but they don't require it. Minimal pest and disease issues. Chokeberries have almost no serious pest problems. Deer largely avoid them. They resist most common plant diseases. This means no spraying, no constant monitoring, no panic when you see a few chewed leaves. The plant simply grows. True low maintenance. Once established, chokeberries need water only during severe droughts. They don't require annual pruning, they don't require staking or support structures, they don't demand fertilizer. You plant them, you water them for the first season, and then they take care of themselves. For seniors or anyone reducing physical garden work, this is exactly what you want. Year-round interest. In spring, chokeberries produce clusters of small, white flowers. In summer, glossy green foliage looks healthy and full. Late summer brings dark, nearly black berries. In fall, the leaves turn brilliant shades of red and orange. Even in winter, the berries often remain on the branches, providing food for birds and visual structure in the landscape. You get productivity and beauty without the constant effort required by most fruiting plants. Comment below chokeberry if you're ready to plant this instead of buying overpriced blueberry bushes. I want to see how many of you are catching on.
Now let's get these plants in the ground. The process is straightforward. The best planting times are early spring or fall. Container-grown plants can be planted anytime during the growing season, but spring and fall reduce stress on the plant. Location selection. Choose a spot with full sun. That means at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily. Chokeberries tolerate partial shade, but full sun produces more berries and better fall color. Soil preparation. Dig a hole twice as wide as the root ball, but no deeper. Chokeberries prefer their root crown at or slightly above the existing soil level. If you have extremely poor soil, you can mix in compost, but honestly, these plants aren't demanding. Spacing. If you're planting multiple bushes for a hedge or want them to fill in together, space them 3 to 5 feet apart. For individual specimen plants, give them 6 to 8 feet. They'll spread to their mature width over a few years. The planting process. Remove the plant from its container. If roots are circling the root ball, gently loosen them with your fingers. Place the plant in the hole at the proper depth. Backfill with the soil you removed. Water thoroughly to settle the soil and eliminate air pockets. That's it. No special amendments, no pH adjustments, no complicated steps. Mulching. Apply 2 to 3 inches of organic mulch around the base of the plant. Keep the mulch a few inches away from the stem to prevent rot. The mulch conserves moisture and suppresses weeds during the establishment period. First year care. For the first growing season, water regularly, about 1 inch per week if it doesn't rain. This helps the plant establish a strong root system. After that first year, the plant becomes remarkably self-sufficient. CTA, before we continue, make sure you're subscribed. I'm releasing a video next week on another native plant that pharmaceutical companies don't want you growing. You'll want to see that.
Maintenance requirements are minimal, which is the entire point of growing chokeberries. Watering. After the first year, established plants only need water during extended droughts. They actually handle wet conditions better than dry, so they work well in areas with clay soil or poor drainage. Fertilizing. Chokeberries don't need much fertilizer. A light application of compost in early spring is sufficient. You can use a balanced slow-release fertilizer if you prefer, but avoid over-fertilizing. Too much nitrogen reduces berry production. Pruning. Minimal pruning is required. In late winter or early spring, before new growth starts, remove any dead, damaged, or crossing branches. That's the extent of necessary pruning. Every 3 to 5 years, you can remove the oldest stems at ground level to encourage fresh, vigorous growth. This is optional. The plant will continue producing without this renewal pruning. Harvesting your berries. Berries ripen in late summer to early fall, typically from August through September, depending on your location. They'll transition from red to dark purple to nearly black. Wait until they're fully black for the best flavor and highest antioxidant content. You can pick individual berries or cut entire clusters with pruners. The berries hold well on the plant, so you don't need to harvest everything at once. If you don't harvest all the berries, wildlife will appreciate them through fall and winter. Birds particularly benefit from the persistent fruit during cold months.
A mature chokeberry bush produces 20 to 30 pounds of berries per season once fully established. That's significant production from a single plant. Remember that astringency I mentioned? Here's how you transform these berries into something delicious. The key is processing. Raw chokeberries are tart and astringent, but any form of processing changes them completely. Heat, freezing, or drying breaks down the tannins and releases the natural sugars. Best uses. Juice is the most popular use. The juice is intensely dark, almost like ink, which indicates those high anthocyanin levels. Most people mix chokeberry juice with apple or grape juice for a more balanced flavor. The result is nutritious and genuinely enjoyable. Jams and jellies work exceptionally well. The natural pectin content in chokeberries helps jams set without adding commercial pectin. Baked goods are another excellent option. Add chokeberries to muffins, scones, pancakes, or pies. The heat of baking eliminates the astringency entirely. You can dry chokeberries like raisins. Use a dehydrator or an oven on low heat. Dry chokeberries work in trail mix, granola, or eaten as a snack. Some people make chokeberry wine, which has gained popularity in recent years. You can also brew chokeberry tea from dried berries or leaves. The easiest preservation method is freezing. Spread fresh berries on a baking sheet in a single layer. Freeze them solid. Transfer the frozen berries to freezer bags. They'll keep for a year or more and can be used directly from frozen in smoothies or baking. The deep color of chokeberry juice stains easily, so be careful with clothing and countertops when processing. Drop a comment telling me how you plan to use your chokeberries. Juice? Jam? Wine? I read every single comment, and I want to know what you're most excited about.
Chokeberries are becoming more available as gardeners rediscover their value. Check nurseries that carry native plants. Many garden centers now stock chokeberries in their native plant sections, particularly in fall. Online nurseries. Several reputable online nurseries ship bare root or container-grown chokeberry plants. Look for established mail-order companies that specialize in native plants or edible landscaping. Viking is a popular cultivar selected for larger berries and heavy production. Nero is another excellent choice from European breeding programs. Autumn Magic offers improved fall color along with good berry production. Any of these named varieties will outperform wild-type plants in terms of berry size and yield. How many plants? A single mature plant produces enough berries for most households. If you want a significant harvest for preserving, plant 2 to 3 bushes. They're self-fertile, so you only need one plant for fruit production, but multiple plants can increase overall yield. Chokeberries represent everything this channel stands for. They're a forgotten piece of botanical history, with proven value that got buried by commercial agriculture and marketing trends. They're more nutritious than blueberries, they're easier to grow, they're tougher, more adaptable, and require less maintenance. They were good enough for indigenous peoples and early settlers, and they're more than good enough for us today. If you want a productive, low-maintenance native plant that delivers health benefits and supports local wildlife, chokeberry is your answer. Fall and spring are your best planting windows. These plants take 2 to 3 years to reach full production, so plant now. If you found value in this video, subscribe to Golden Vault Gardens. We're bringing back the plants and practices that history overlooked. Drop a comment below. Have you grown chokeberries? Are you planning to plant them? I want to hear from you. Welcome to the Vault. Let's grow some history.